14. Just thought we'd take a look at this past weekend's HHTCR race we had at Suzuka. It was round 5, so the penultimate round. And we did qualifying the week before on Saturday, and we just missed out on being split 1. Made it into split 2 on pole position, which is still really good. Gives us a chance to have a really exciting race. And race with some different drivers. So in this lobby there's only seven drivers. So we'll like I say, we're going to watch it in replay mode and in PlayStation. We did also do a we saved the actual live stream, which I may cut that down and put it up, but we're gonna do commentary as we watch the race. So again, it's a grid of 7 of us, and let's get into it. So we're gonna go into our library, our replays, and get into play it. So hello viewer, thank you for joining in, whoever you may be. And thought this might be the better way of doing it just because I knew being out on pole position that would be a pretty stressful race and you don't want to make any silly comments or anything like that and regret what you said. So yeah. So we got myself on pole, Ian in cars, D-Max, follow me, Falconer, Power Maxi, and Jelska. And so yeah. Oh, hey Jack, how you doing, man? Hey Ian, how are you? So we'll try to give everybody a little bit of coverage if we can. I know it was the race got spread out a little bit. We had some exciting stuff at the front, so let's variable. I can turn all the display info on, even though it does not always accurate. So all right, let's yeah, I hope everybody's good. I know it's a bit late for you guys over there. It's only like 6:45 over here, so all right, and make sure the mic didn't come unplugged. So all right, let's go play. So again, I'm on pole, Ian's in second, D-Max in third, follow me in fourth, Falconer in fifth, Power Maxi in sixth, and Jelska in the back. So Jelska did not get to put in a lap time, a qualifying time, so which put him into split 2. So he was a concern for me right off the get-go, knowing that he's a quick guy and that he's probably going to work his way through the field. Again, this track is very Suzuka. It's a very stressful track, at least for me. In the past, done a couple of challenge series here, and if you dip a wheel off, it punishes you if you get off track. A lot of these fast turns, you go off forever. But with rear-wheel drive cars, if you dip a back wheel off, you're okay because it's not a driving wheel, so you can kind of save it a little bit. But that's a roll of the dice. No guarantees. Never are any guarantees in racing. So, and let's see. Okay, let's start. Let's get to myself, and we'll play. So we quickly click through and get the traction control to 1, peg the accelerator, and away we go. A little bit of wheel spin, and then we quickly click it off and try to guess a good brake marker going in from the start. And a lot of brake modulation through turn 1, 2, heading towards the S's. Everybody looks like they've gotten through okay. Yep. And yeah, it looks pretty good, basically. The S's again, just kind of modulating the brakes and on and off the throttle. You're not really touching the brake that much, but you're on and off the throttle. Coming in towards the Degnas. Get another treacherous part of the, as you try to get a rhythm going. So I missed the apex a little bit there, and kind of got the second one. And again, we're still on a nice little line. There's Jelska. He's made it through. He's in the 4th from 7th, so he's got a good start. Through the hairpin. And a couple of different lines you can take through the apex. Take a late apex to a double apex with these front-wheel drive cars. So as we said, we're coming through here again, trying to get a rhythm going. Make sure you get your apexes. Don't try to get on the throttle too soon. You'll just wash out wide. Everybody's kind of making it through here pretty good. Falconer is a power maxing. Coming through 130R. Try to get that turn in. Just stay on the throttle. Maybe get a little lift into Casio Triangle. Casino Triangle. Always have Casio Triangle. So, evening, everyone. Hey, Darren, how you doing, man? So off we finished the first lap. Oh, pretty much everybody in one piece. Myself, D-Max, follow me. Jelska in the back. 4th, Cars, Ian, Falconer, and Pyromax again. Felt pretty good going into turn 1 and 2. Felt like I was making a nice turn in. Again, a little bit of dab the brake to get it to turn in. Up through the S's. So D-Max is giving me a little bit of pressure here. So. And we're in these Group 4 cars. It's let's say touring car racing. So we've got front-wheel drive cars, Group 4s. So there's only these 4 cars that seem to always be the Group 4 cars that everybody goes to when daily races pop up in Group 4. So, typical rocket ships, so the RCZ and the TT, although I don't think anybody's in the TT. Audi, a bunch of Scirocco's, a couple of RCZs. Yep, so pretty much Scirocco's seem to be the weapon of choice. So, in these Group 4s, there's no tire wear, there's no fuel. We're all racing hard tires, so it's pretty much like a daily race. Actually, it's a 30-minute race, so it's more like a race C, but with no tire wear. So it's like a long race B, I would say. And nipping the apex there really good. Really just trying to be consistent and quick, not trying to set crazy fast laps. That's where you make mistakes. But set consistent fast laps. Try to stretch out a lead as much as you can. So qualifying was a 208.9. I think we were just away from getting into, or maybe it was a 209 or a low 209, but just mixed out on the split 1. But again, I got D-Max carrying a penalty. Jelska just slowly hunting him down in the cars. Falconer, follow me, then Falconer. Power maxing it back to myself, and can't be stressed enough as to how treacherous these corners are. You also have penalties. There are penalties. As you can see, D-Max is carrying a penalty. So, Casino Triangle. There's first Apex there. That'll get you a nice hefty penalty. And the Degnus 1 and 2. Degnus 1 mainly will get you a penalty. And as you see, D-Max burning off his penalty, which frees up Jelska to chase me down. And now the real pressure is on. So we're trying to again just put in consistently fast laps and see if we can maintain a lead to him. As I think we're sitting around a second and a half or so when he got freed up. Look at it from his perspective. So he's we're putting in almost very, very similar laps. Yeah, you can get a penalty right there. You can cut a lot of that apex, the second apex, and try to get on the throttle, shift up a gear maybe early, so you don't get too much wheel spin. These cars will spin up real easy. And he's coming into turn one. A little quick, hard dab of the brakes to get it to turn in. Kind of work the brake a little bit to get it to turn in. Stay on the gas. My plan going through here was just to stay in fourth gear. Stay in fourth gear all the way through until I get to the final part of the S's where I would downshift to third to get it to turn in, so I could go up here towards the towards Degnus. Again, as we trying to put our laps in, still not nearly as quick as Jelska is, just a little bit quicker than we are, and he's slowly eating away that. Hey, how's it going, Todd? So it's again, I always tried to keep a tight line around the hairpin here, but Jelska, he was making a later apex, trying to like fire it out of there, and he was doing pretty good. So yeah, it's just again, make every little error. At this point, every tiny little error is costing. Here we are, lap 4. Just again, just trying not to make massive errors. You know, as long as you can keep yourself with your nearest competitor, you know, you always got a chance. But if you make a big error, then it's pretty much race over. Through 130R here, got a nice good clip on that apex. So I think the I'm the only one using the Megane right now, and I've used it in the past. I think originally I was thinking about using the Scirocco, but so many people were using the Scirocco that I just I had to pick something else. And well, I'll use the Renault. I know it. I've used it quite a bit in the past, and it's a good car. You know, I think it handles really well. I think it's missing out on the acceleration, and maybe the BOP is a little lacking for this car. I think it's got the most weight of the group, so it still feels pretty planted. Through the S's, it felt really, really good once you get into that rhythm. And again, we're just trying to cover. You know, try to make a car as wide as possible, try to make it as difficult for Jelska to try to get past. Yeah, it'll be there for you to watch again. So the pregnant roller skating. So yeah, cars. It's I like the Scirocco a lot. I use it quite a bit, but I use all of them. I don't think I use the Audi that much. It's all track dependent. So as we go up here towards Spoon. Spoon was a tricky turn for me too. try to get that apex, downshifting, and click another gear down to get that last apex, and fire it out of here. So I kind of got a little bit of a, kind of stretched out a little bit of a gain from him, but you know, this draft in this game is crazy. So yeah, I used the Megane a lot at Red Bull. Although a lot of tracks I've started to use the RCZ more. If it is Autopolis, typically I'll use the Scirocco at Autopolis. Monza is an RCZ track. Like I say, right now so I clicked my best lap, but it was quickly evaporated by Jelska just clipped me on fastest lap. So so here we have just a little bit of contact. I know there was nothing malicious about it. Obviously he waited for me. And that's just great sportsmanship. This great group of guys. The sportsmanship is really outstanding in this group. So, but as I got my when I came back on, I think I got dirty tires, which I'm pretty sure that's why I couldn't get back into a rhythm. The car didn't want to seem to turn, and I was actually blocking quite a bit here as I tried to find my rhythm again. And he comes up on the inside at this turn. And I'm sure no contact, no. And I tried to hold the inside. I think I might have gave him a little bit more back, trying to protect that lead, trying to protect my position. And you know, it was just unfortunate. Again, this is why I didn't want to stream, because in the heat of the moment you say stupid things, and you know, I don't want it to be on the record. So, but it was, like I say again, he gave the position back, but I had to find my rhythm after that. So finding turn-in points after having dirty tires, it's kind of tricky. And yeah, I remember looking at the BOPs, but by the time I joined the league, a lot of people in the RCZ, a lot of people in the many people in the Scirocco, quite a few in the RCZ. The TT, not a lot of people were using the Audi, but I didn't want to go the Audi way, so. But yeah, we had that one little problem there at turn one, and then we sorted it back out. I think I did gain a little bit more time. I think my lap was about a second faster because of the little bit of contact, extra contact in the Degnas. Again, didn't want to make that contact, but also didn't want to surrender the position either. I mean, quite honest, I'll be honest, I did not want to give it back. I didn't want to give it up, I should say. I figure, you know, just try to. He'll probably catch us back up again. Again, we should try to get back into that rhythm, and we started finding a good rhythm. I felt still felt really comfortable that we had gone this far and not made any huge mistakes. And again, the pressure was, I mean, two-folded pressure. One, the track is very stressful, and being pressured, I think, clears that up. I think getting pressure, will make you, give you clarity into what you need to do. You just stay a little bit more focused as to what you're doing. And again, how it was for him, yeah, I think for Jelska, he probably had his own pressure, just trying to stay on track. Not really sure, but we had about a second, 1.3, 1.4 second lead when that after that contact, when we got the biggest lead I think I'd had, which might have been a second and a half, and he bared right down and started clipping that right off. And then of course we weren't doing great laps. We weren't on our best form after that, but came back. But it was a very busy race, quite honestly. There weren't any there weren't any quiet. There's no quiet time. There's a lot of action, a lot of for at least from my perspective, a lot of action. Somebody always right there. So. Is that right, Ian? That Titch needed the BOP for it. That's pretty amazing. I mean, Hugh had a lot of people involved in this series early on, and it's very well done. I mean, my only suggestion would be to possibly go to either medium or soft tires. So at least maybe medium tires, so that maybe there's a little bit more grip. And maybe add maybe tire fuel wear, maybe fuel, or maybe just at one a factor of 1 on both, just so that there's something to change, because a half hour in a Gran Turismo is still a pretty lengthy race. So I think I was guessing at maybe being 14 laps. So I mean, here we are at the halfway point. So. Again, got back into a good rhythm at 209, 209.3, I think. This delta is accurate. So. Yeah, this thing, you don't want to get on that lighter, the darker green stuff, just outside the other green. That stuff is very, very slippery. So if we're getting yeah, Hugh's got a lot of Hugh knows a lot of the fast guys. He's had a lot of them on his show, and to have them. So here we are coming down. Back in the 209s, trying to be a little bit defensive, and still got a good apex, and still got good braking at apex, but Jelska makes a great inside move. There was an opportunity there, and it was just enough space for him to come in, and a little bit of the crash box physics of Gran Turismo. There was a little bit of contact, but I know there was no intent of contact, so we keep racing. I mean, just the same as contact that I made with him after our little issue in turn 1 before. So that's just the way this game is. I hope they address that in Gran Turismo 7. That they can get better physics with the, when you're actually not making contact with somebody, but the crash box makes contact with the other one, and you punt somebody off. So at this point. I've given up the lead, but in no way did I feel like I was going to give up. I'm going to just try to apply as much pressure as possible with the knowledge that I have the draft in my favor, but I don't think my pace is nearly as quick as his. But I can put my front end all over the back end of his car and in his rearview mirrors if he's looking at his mirrors. So just after being in the lead for so long, you tend to find out where you're faster. And a little flash of the lights just to be let him know I'm there. So, but at this point, I know I have a lot of confidence and a lot of trust in him as a driver. And again, we're just going to try to apply as much pressure as possible. Hopefully maybe we can force an error, but it'd be right there to capitalize on it. But one of the problems with being so close to somebody like this is you can't really see your brake markers all the time, so you need to plan on that you're in the draft, you're going faster than you probably would normally be, and you've got to pick up on those cues to brake a little earlier. So through the S's, I felt like I was really good through the S's. I was really good through turn one. Basically the entire first sector, I felt like I had an advantage. The car was transitioning really well. I think through quite a few of the parts on this track that through Degnas, I had a little bit of an advantage. I think I was going through Degnas really solidly, but he was really good at the hairpin and through Spoon and through the final sector. I think he had a huge advantage, or he had an advantage. There was definitely speed there that I didn't have, and we made a little bit of an error there. I might have made contact with him. But I think that was one of the things where I got into the draft and missed my brake marker because I was going too fast. But luckily, that really didn't hurt us that much because we were just tickling the slipstream. So we got back to him fairly quickly within this lap. We were right back to where we needed to be. Again, we're on lap 10. We got quite a few laps left to go. I think we're at 21 minutes in, so we got about 2/3 of this race done. So again, just don't lose the draft. It's the biggest thing in this game. Don't lose the draft. You lose the draft, you're done. And we came in on the brakes really well through the triangle here. Put ourselves right back to where we were in the lap started. So back in the slipstream going down the front straight. Again, a lot of my my pressure's not really having much of an effect because his laps are still darn quick. So we're thinking we're right there through turn one, turn two, tickling his rear bumper off for most of through the S's, and just going to have to make an opportunity here. We're really going to have to do something because sitting behind him is not really having much of an effect. At least he's not making any errors. He's basically blocked me out. I think he's blocked that I'm back there out. So again, there's another come through there really well. He's a little bit wide, but there's just not anywhere. Looks like we're getting purple sectors, but it's not helping us. Good drive out of the hairpin here, and we go back through everybody else. Cars is back in third. Ian's, yep, he started in second. Follow me's back here in fourth. Falconer. D-Max had an unfortunate disconnection. So it happens, and a lot of people have been having that issue, especially in the European region. A lot of disconnections. So maybe between weather and people sitting inside a lot more playing this game. And got a great drive down this little back straight into Spoon, or 130R. I'm sorry. So again, another great dive into the triangle. And I think this is one of the errors. We could probably go back 10 seconds as we come through and get a good get in real good, get a good apex here. Too much of the second apex pushes us wide. I think too much of that green AstroTurf, and we lose a little bit of contact. But we still have, we're on lap 12. I'll say we're thinking about maybe 14 laps, so we still have plenty of time to get back. We'll go on this point of view maybe for the rest of the race. Jelska's just, he's just being super consistent. I mean, really, whether he's got to be really hustling this car. I'm sure that knows that he can't make a mistake because I'm right there. So, that's just the pressure there. So again, we get a purple sector in sector 1, which was very consistently getting purple sectors there. Coming up to Degnas. Getting off of that apex. Not too bad through the second one. Get a good drive right there. Yeah, we've gotta make a move. I'm gonna try to get him on this old switcheroo. Get him on the switcheroo, and we can't get it done. He blocks it off really well. Just park it on the apex. He took my line going through there, and I took his line. Again, here's some of this contact. He had a typically wide line going through here, little contact, but I think it's all crash box. You get a little bit of a tap going in there. We're still right there though. No real effect. Again, trying to not get on the throttle too much. So, and he's going defensive. So I dip in for a little bit more draft. Don't hit that apex perfectly though. Good through the triangle here. Really good through the triangle actually. But yeah, we're right there. Might be a little too close. But we've got a good run though. Alongside of him maybe. Yep, get alongside of him, but we're on the outside, which isn't great. Not where you want to be. Get a little too wide, dip the rear wheel, but again, I said before, these front wheel drive cars, if you dip the back wheel off, you can save it. Through the S's, again, I'm trying to think to myself, don't push too hard through here because it's real easy to over accelerate and spin the tires up. Just do what you've been doing. And good through Degna 1. Pretty decent through Degna 2. But he's gotten about a 4/10 of a second lead on me, and I just concertina effect here to kind of mess that up going through the hairpin. He's just stretching a little bit of a lead here that I'm really going to have to press hard to try to get back. But I have the draft in my favor. Really good through Spoon. Oh, maybe not good through Spoon. First part of it was good. Don't lose the draft. Don't lose the draft. But it's feeling pretty good. Yeah. We'll see. So lap 13. We got about 2 minutes left. It's going to be about 14 laps. I think we're getting another lap here. So we have the draft, but the speeds of these two cars are just pretty evenly matched. I can really try to close my brake markers down and try to dive into them really good, but if not used to doing it, the car might not like it. You might have been at the limit at your brake markers as it was. I think I switched my brake balance to 3 to the rear. A lot of guys like it at 5 to the rear, but I think I had switched it from 1 to 3. It did work a little bit better, but and hit another purple sector, sector 1. Can we come through Degna? Yep, good. Got a nice apex there. Nice apex there. Up on our best time, but can we press? Not bad through the triangle. There's the hairpin, but that gap hasn't really changed that much, and I think at this point we were at about 8/10, maybe 7/10, and it's a lot to make back. A little bit back here, but this might be just be an optical illusion. final drafting opportunity here. At this point, we're just kind of hoping for a little bit of mistake. Just a tiny little error will give us a chance. But I don't think. We got close, but yeah, it wasn't really enough. Yep, it got to within. I think when we finished, it was like 6/10, almost 7/10 of a second to the gap between us. So yeah, it was yeah, we just couldn't close it down. Yeah, and you look at the timing. Yeah, his best lap was a 2:08.9. I had a 2:09.1, so we were within 0.2 of each other, and pretty much the whole race we were all both, at 2:09s. So, but yeah, we just it was a great race. Really, it was a amazing race to be a part of. Have a great competition. So. Again, congratulations to Dale's. It's a good race. So we're going to get the last race in January after the New Year's, and that's going to be at Brands Hatch, another very unforgiving track to most cars. And we've done some laps there already, and it still feels pretty good with if you get the back tires off. You can save it, but it's all about making sure you take as much of the apex as possible, turn in early to flow through there, chop off those apexes. So again, what do I know? I don't. So, but thanks for watching, and again, we'll see you at the EDTM. I believe is this weekend, I think. And I think that's our last round of that, and that's at Spa, I think. Anyway, but no, well, we got 2 more rounds left there. We got St. Croix B2, I believe, and then we have Spa. And we have 2 more rounds of that left. So I think that'll be done by the end of the year. I could be wrong though, but well, again, we'll see. You'll be seeing me streaming. More than likely, I'll be streaming that race. I don't think I'll do it like this. So, and yeah, and I will say good night to everyone, and appreciate you watching, and appreciate everybody who watches it later. And hit that like button, and if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. All right, everyone have a great night. Good night. Bye-bye.